here we are at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Gonna go check out NASA. This looks like the place where we check in over here. And there is a space shuttle on top of an airplane hidden behind those trees. We're gonna go check out NASA Space Center, Houston. And that's where we're going in, right here. To the moon to stay. Look at that. Artemis. Got a little plaque over here. Space Center, Houston. For the dreamers and the explorers who look to distant horizons. The celebration of discovery and never found knowledge. For the children who will be the pathfinders of the high frontier. We dedicate the Center of Learning. Manned Spaceflight Education. Oh, October 16, 1992. 30 years old this Space Center is. Right at 10 a.m. they'll open the doors, we'll go in, we'll get signed up for the tour to go see like Mission Control or whatever else. But for now, just hang out and take in the sights. So here we are in front of the 747 that carried the space shuttle right here. Independence Plaza. I've never heard of the Space Shuttle Independence. Like Columbia, Challenger, a lot of those. There was even an Enterprise, but the Enterprise like never actually went to space. It was like a test one. So we are inside now. We just got tickets to get on the tram to go see the astronaut training center. After that, we'll come back and explore all the cool stuff there is to see around this area here. For now, let's go get on a tram. On our way to the tram. There it is.
We are now departing Space Center Houston and here on journey to Johnson Space Center. One of 10 NASA field centers and heart of human spaceflight operations for 50 years. Now, as you come around, you may notice deer and other wildlife on campus. That's because JSC is a wildlife preserve with more than 250 deer living here, as well as other species of animals like turtles, rabbits, and there's even Miko the alligator. In fact, speaking of Miko the alligator, Johnson Space Center actually has 3 alligators. Their names are Miko, Miko, and Miko. They all have the same name because they can't tell the difference.
That's cool. Different modules. Must be practicing for the space station, or this is pretty amazing being here, seeing where they train and test. Like currently for like the space station or wherever space missions, it's still active. They're still working down there. I didn't expect to see anything like this. This is actually really cool. When we heard the idea that we were going to see where they train, I wasn't really impressed. I was like, I want to see Mission Control, but this is really cool.
Since 1980, every NASA astronaut has walked towards this building and preparation for their next mission. Currently, the team is using this building for astronaut training and updating hardware for our current space station missions, as well as preparing us for the next generation of spaceflight, the Artemis program. The large white and gray cylinders you see here make up a full-scale mock-up of the International Space Station. These are what we call low-fidelity mock-ups.
Wow.
Which means NASA uses these to train astronauts in basic safety or storage procedures on the ISS. The International Space Station is the largest orbiting laboratory ever built. It is roughly the size of an American football field. The ISS is a global partnership with 15 different countries and 5 space agencies, which helps guarantee that the discovery made in orbit will be shared throughout the world. These countries have been working for over 20 years to create the most prominent international peacetime collaboration in history. This multinational approach to space travel has built the foundation for the Artemis Accords, which will set new terms for future space exploration. Other technologies pioneered aboard the ISS include innovations in solar energy, the development of memory foam was used in mattresses and maybe some of your shoes, and even the first 3D printed item was made on the ISS to make replacement parts and tools. Now please feel free to take as many pictures as you like to, but do your best to continue moving forward. At this time, we are now floating down to our second stop at this building.
We got a little Mars room. Check out Spaceman over there. There's a Star Wars fan over there. Star Wars. And we're at back downstairs. Did you ever watch Jack and Ozzy's World Tour? Where they just kind of like cruised around the country. They went out and drove one of those and got it stuck.
Now on your left, you'll see Building 31, the Lunar Sample Laboratory. During the 6 moon landings of the Apollo program, our astronauts brought back over 800 pounds of moon rocks, core samples, and dust, even comet dust. These samples are preserved and protected here and distributed to universities, science centers, and museums.
Moon rocks are in that building. 85% of the world's moon rocks are in that building. Very cool.
Now, the Johnson Space Center campus spreads across 1,620 acres of land. This center also encompasses more than 100 buildings. It employs about 8,000 employees and contractors. Because of the campus's size, GSC has free-range bikes to help the employees get around the center in a more efficient and environmentally friendly way. Many of these well-maintained full-set bicycles date back to the early 60s, when the facility was first established. We, that today's GSC employees, may be running the same exact bike as iconic astronauts from the Apollo era, like Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
That's amazing. We are now inside, right next to this gigantic rocket. I guess this is like, if not the biggest, one of the biggest rockets ever built to take people into space. It is insane how huge this thing is, and it's really cool that we get to walk in and take a look at it all. So let's check it out. And then over here, next to, like as we go down the list, Apollo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it has like the astronauts, a little bit about the missions. And then right next to their flags, the banners from each particular mission up there. So it's really cool. We'll check that stuff out. But first, we got to check out this rocket. Such an amazing perspective of how big this rocket really is. There we go. Service command. Or command and service module. Look at these guys. Apollo 13. Look at that. From one end of the building all the way to the other. Just insane. It's just insane. Well, look at that. Like the module that actually came back to Earth, or a replica, I'm not sure. We'll look into it. But how cool is that? That it's all like beat up looking, like as it came back through the atmosphere and burned off all those heat shields. This rocket was flight ready. Here we go. That's what I was looking to see. Assembled with components certified for flight. To the launch pad 1 inch at a time. Here we are, Apollo 11. A little bit about them. The crew. Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin. First guys to land on the moon. Amazing. Like their names will live forever. Like forever. First human beings to step on another planet. Just insane to think about that. Back to reality and our tram. Nice little view. Space shuttle over there. And that SpaceX rocket over there. Falcon 9. Back in to the main building we go here. Air conditioning. Is this a meteorite? Rocks from space. What is a meteorite? World's largest oriented palisite. I wonder if, for your safety, do not climb. I wonder if that's a replica or if that's the real one. I don't know. But we're now, oh, look at that. Collins spacesuit. Very cool. From Apollo 11. Wow. He returned from the first moon landing. That's what he wore home when he came home from the first moon landing. Oh my goodness. Conrad. Look at these spacesuits. Oh, Skylab. Oh, that's cool. Wow. Skylab, the first space station. That's amazing. Return to flight. Huh. Oh, 1988. He wore that in space. Some more spacesuits over here. Launch and entry suit. Okay. That's the orange one here. What they would re-enter and exit the Earth in. And that's the constant wear. So that's what they would wear up in space. Huh. We're now going inside Skylab, America's first space station, right? What's going on here? Oh yeah, there's a, check that guy out. Hi guys, chilling.
Yeah, walkers, dinner,
Like that.
latrine.
Taking a shower. Oh, this guy. I was having a snack over there. That's cool. Oh, Independence Plaza. Here we go. Let's go see the space shuttle. Nice. That's cool. We are now underneath the 747 and the space shuttle up there. Look at the size of that engine. And we are climbing the stairs to go look, hopefully, inside the shuttle. And there it is. And yes, I am very appreciative that there are no crowds here today and we get to actually walk around and really enjoy what we're seeing here. Right at the front of the space shuttle. Going inside. At the flight deck over here. Yeah. Kind of feeling like this was just built as a display, or maybe it was a training unit or something.
A mock-up.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Oh, okay. Lots of instruments and gadgets.
Very small windows, much like a plane.
Yeah. But I think, you know, the idea to be able to have the heat shields and protect them all, you know, keep the heat out, I think is probably part of it.
Crazy with yeah, how many things to look at.
In here. So this would be where they'd store stuff. Like these would be the bays that would open up and let the things out into space. Canada. That's cool. Interesting to learn, like to actually get in here and see that it's, you know, definitely not like a real shuttle or like has any chance of ever seeing space flight, but to kind of be a really cool addition to the mission or museum. Got a spacesuit, launch and entry suit. Saw one of those already. Little lockers for storing stuff.
This is how they sleep. That's never a built-in sleeping bed.
Oh, is that? Wow, so you like sleep in like almost like one of those suits, like you're in an asylum or something. Wow, oh, look at this. Spacewalking suit. Oh, so is that like if they were going to go outside, go into this little compartment here and depressurize? Look at that. That's really cool. Actual spacesuit. Very cool stuff. The sleeping bag there. Crazy. I don't know if I could sleep with my arms fully restrained like that. And here's the story. Phantom Ray. So, oh, it flew something called the Phantom Ray. Ha! Endeavour, Atlantis, Discovery, Challenger, Columbia, and Enterprise. Wow, this flew the Enterprise. Huh. So cool. And I like how they show there below the Enterprise where they would actually separate in really high altitude. And it was just, the Enterprise, if you didn't know, was only designed for them to learn how and practice landing the space shuttle, because as the space shuttle re-enters the Earth's atmosphere, it doesn't have fuel. So it's just basically a big glider. And they have to really be on point with it, or it can go tragically wrong. There we are. All the different flights. And this was actually, according to them, really used for that. Whereas the space shuttle itself never saw space. Into the plane we go.
Radio-controlled models to prove that yes, it'll fly, and yes, we can actually use the Boeing 747 to separate the Space Shuttle Enterprise to do the approach and landing tests, the first gliding flights of the Space Shuttle, to prove that whole concept.
Successful flights with models led to tests using an actual 747 in a prototype shuttle called Enterprise.
A workspace here. It's funny, this is the second airplane I'll be on this week that I'm not flying in.
A 747 airliner piggybacking a 165,000-pound space shuttle.
Wow, look at these old computers. Wow.
By refining the models and test after test, John Kuiper and his team finally achieved success.
Oh yeah, so that green that we're seeing here is what it looked like after they took everything out so they could put the weight of the shuttle on top. And there it is, still green. That's what we're seeing right there. And here we are at the back of the plane. The back of the plane. Looking at the black box. Oh, is that up there on top?
Yeah.
Maybe they took the black box outside of it, or it's not really a black box, it's just called that. Or maybe that's the little black box itself up there. I don't know. I thought it was supposed to be indestructible. That looks like that'd get wiped out pretty easily in a crash. There's nothing behind the curtain?
No.
Yeah.
There's
no wizard? Yeah, no, yeah. Moving on.
Something on the order of 850 pounds of rocks.
We can actually touch a rock that was brought back from the moon. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That was one of the rocks they brought back from the moon, and my finger is on it. That's really cool. I love that. So that rock that I just touched came back to Earth from the moon in this capsule right here. This capsule went to the moon. Now this would not have landed on the moon, right? Because the capsules orbited while they went down to the surface of the moon. If I remember right. Command module. Apollo 17, last mission of Apollo. This actual flown command module orbited the moon and housed astronaut Ron Evans while astronauts Gene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt headed to the surface aboard the lunar module. Okay, so this never touched the surface of the moon, but this orbited the moon while they went down and got the rocks. The actual lunar orbiter. Wow. I'd have a hard time going across country in something this small, much less a several-day journey to the moon. It's crazy. It's one heck of a door. Docking hatch. Sealed open the transfer tunnel from America Command Service Module to the Lunar Module, Apollo 17. Wow. Well, we are out of here. See you later, Houston Space Center. That was so amazing. Totally recommend it. If you're ever able to get here, it is definitely worth your time. And it was like $29.95, $30 to get in. Not a bad price at all. And you really have to come here and experience NASA at Houston for yourself. So many more exhibits and other things to see here that I could just never fit into one video. But if you would, hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd appreciate it. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and click that bell and so that we get the notifications when the new videos come up. But thank you very much for watching, everybody. You have yourselves a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one.